has gone away, and it's a very hard struggle that when things change around your life so radically, it's hard for our brain to fathom that normal's changed, and so we're constantly going back looking for normal, looking for our comfort, something we can control. It's hard for us to have a point of reference for major change in our life. And this morning, as I was thinking about where our world's going and the currency collapse that's imminent, I was thinking about, like, it doesn't feel any different. Things in many ways look normal. I'm driving in a car, I'm doing my whatever, and then I look down and there's a paper bag down here on the ground that right there, that my little girl, we've got some junk food in, and I thought, there's a sign that normal's going away right there. You can't even buy a plastic bag anymore. And things have changed. They're going back to what I was when I was a kid, right? But it's important. It's important to me to realise that life is changing. It's not going to go back. And for me, it's preparing my children that I can, and allowing them to be able to stand on their own 2 feet a little bit, which is a major change in the parenting, but it was sort of forced on me anyway. But I'm sort of holding them back and letting my children find their own feet, because I do believe the way this world is going, we're not going to have the luxury of a normal life of his mum and dad. It's kind of a bit of a Hollywood life, really, isn't it? And I've looked at people around my life, and some are making changes, some are not. But I think all of us are having that knock on our door as to what are we going to do with our lives this year. And it's funny, I'm just going to briefly touch on this. I was thinking, watching the nativity yesterday with Bettina, and a little story, I think it was called The Star or something, about how Jesus, Mary and Joseph took Jesus to Bethlehem, and the backdrop of what was going on at the time, they had to go for a census. And think about that in our current world. So you're being told you have to go back to where you were born and register. King Herod found out that there was a king being born and sent out and killed all the male children 2 years old and under. And here we have the King of Kings that was born in a manger, and kind of off-grid, really. And I know the timing of that, can be, Herod wasn't really when he was in the manger, I don't think. But even just the timing of it, that he was born off-grid, and when he could have been so important. Everybody was living their normal lives. When the baby was born, everyone was in the inn. All the good places were full. But here's Jesus that gets born in a stable. And I think for many of us, I've seen with my life in the 20 years I've been living this way, that there's the well-travelled path, the path of normal that everybody wants to be on, and then there's the path of God. And when we are open to the creative of God, open to let things just be how they need to be, and getting free of that expectation that we put on ourselves of normal, that then there's a lot of freedom in that. When we step out and we just say, I'm going to live the day, I'm going to live creative, I'm going to live what comes for me for today. And it's not that we're irresponsible, quite the opposite. We're saying I'm taking responsibility, but I'm living in the fullness of what I get, instead of trying to get what I'm given and conform it to my life and push it into my mold that I'm comfortable with. And what I'm doing is saying, what comes to my life, I'm not going to shove it into normal. I'm going to discover what it needs to be for that moment, for that period of time. And so that's probably a good word for all of us, that start to open to the creative. Let things be different around your life. Make the changes. And I've kept saying this. Some of us, we need to let go of people in our lives, people around our lives, things around our lives, things that shouldn't be there, debt burdens, just stuff that really, if you're honest, is not bringing you fulfillment in life, and it's not who you are. We're so busy stuffing things into our lives that are not really who we are. Now's a great time to reset, let it all go, get yourself on a level playing field, and what comes to you, discover what it's supposed to be for your life. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Living each day. You know, I live a very daily life. I have a pretty firm path that I know where I'm going, but the details of the daily is the excitement. Each day is a gift to wake up and unwrap. And I get it, a lot of people don't want that, but I think pretty soon it's going to get forced on all of us. You're going to be faced with the decision, I can have my normal, but I have to sell my soul to the devil. Really, take a mark of the beast and let the system be my God. Or I can be free to be where I need to be, to do what I need to do. And things will be what they are supposed to be. So God bless you. I'll do another one of these, and each one will be less than 10 minutes.